I and other campaigners, many with you today, are holding our lawless government to account for the UK's road programme. The photo shows us outside the Royal Courts of Justice on January the 16th, when my A47 cases went to the Court of Appeal. Here we have a map of Norwich. The background to the case is the extreme push for new roads in this area of Norfolk by the County Council and local Tory MPs. These three RIS schemes on the A47 are part of that. Then we also have these two other local schemes on the Norwich Western Link and Long Stratton bypass. My legal cases are on the carbon emissions. Together, the schemes will emit at least 250,000 tonnes of carbon from construction in the next 5 years, and then over 15,000 tonnes of carbon annually each year from operation of the schemes. The EIA regulations are clear. Carbon emissions should be assessed cumulatively when schemes are decided upon in the CEPP DCO planning regime. However, this is not being done on these three A47 schemes or on any scheme nationally. Each of the A47 scheme decision, the assessment and decision was made purely on scheme-only emissions. And in July 2022, I launched my first JR on the first A47 scheme. Subsequently, I challenged the two other A47 schemes when they were decided in the same way. This is a national issue because the same legal error is made by National Highways and the DfT on all scheme decisions. It also applies to emissions from land-based development like housing, not just new roads. So this legal ground can be applied on all these schemes on the screen in front of you. However, the government is determined to continue to avoid seeing and assessing cumulative carbon emissions from roads. The judiciary so far is too. My cases have been dismissed by the High Court and then the Court of Appeal in February. However, we have a clear legal case on this. And breaking news, yesterday, March the 21st, I submitted a claim to the High Court. I submitted a claim to the Supreme Court as there is strong public interest that carbon emissions should be properly assessed. Nationally, this climate carbon cover-up must be exposed and stopped. I believe we still have everything to play for. Meanwhile, I have a new judicial review against a recent A12 decision. This has new grounds, also of vital public interest. First, that the climate impacts of the scheme were not assessed against the UK 2030 nationally determined contribution under the Paris Agreement. Second, the Secretary of State did no risk assessment on the scheme, on the scheme's impacts on the policy delivery of the Carbon Budget Delivery Plan. The crowdfunder for my Supreme Court case will be under my existing crowdfunder at tinyurl.com/DFTLegalA47. That is tinyurl.com/DFTLegalA47. Please visit the site and read more about the case and support it. I will be launching a crowdfunder for the A12 Challenge too, and please look out for that. Please do contact me or speak with Becca, Jen or Richard who are at the conference if you have any questions on this work. Thank you, and I wish you a great TAN conference today.